Well, we decided to do some landscaping. It was kind of okay, but it's kind of boring looking when we first got the place. I want to put a border, about a 2-foot border right here, going down the driveway into the grass area there, and then replant something in the middle of this area here where the tree is. Again, I'm not a landscaper, but I've got kind of a small vision of what I want it to look like, but I don't know the name of plants or any of that jargon, so I'm hiring professionals to help me along those lines and maybe suggest things that I haven't thought of. These are the existing plants that they're tearing out. The landscaper thought it would be easier to tear all this out and start with a clean slate, so that's what they're doing. They're tearing up the original shrubs there and stuff. They're kind of blocking half the porch, so if we sit out there in the little swing that's there, we have to look over the bushes to look out to the front. So I think she's going to come up with some lower growing bushes or plants that won't block the view so much. There was bushes here too. I kind of got late on the filming, but there were things here that were up inside, near the window, so we couldn't look out and see a clear shot. So this is where they've already started taking out the plants along the front of the house, so we can start, fresh. They're going to straighten out all these bricks and stuff in this border all the way around and use those actually also going down the driveway with the area that I already have solar lights on that lights up the driveway. So they're going to use a lot of those to match these and to put a border on that driveway edging. We're going to do some work in the back as well, but that's about it. We're not going any extremes in the back anywhere. Just the immediate backyard and this front area. Gonna have to paint this porch. It's kind of chipping, and also these columns are kind of in need of some tender loving care. We're gonna scrape those and paint them and get those all nice and new. Now this is the back. This is before they've done anything, of course. This is the existing. This is all going to be tore up. Get rid of this little potted thing here. And those lights. We're going to go solar. Those are electric, hardwired. Not going to use those. I'm going to straighten out and fill in gravel here. That's already existing, but we're going to cover all that up with new. Now this is a little trip I'm taking out because we were doing some well work. We had a well, but it wasn't working, so I had a guy named Josh come over and give me a new pump and revamp the existing well and actually add this faucet right here, which we didn't have. There's no water outlets out here in case we wanted to have a garden. And then going across the area here, after we got the pump working in the well, we decided to get cute, and where the water's coming out, we put a little stub out on the end of the PVC pipe and poke some holes in it so we get like kind of a fountain look. A cheap way of getting a fountain. So at least the existing well pump that was not working, we know now is working well. All new parts and guts in it. It's about 50, 75 feet deep maybe, that's all it is. And the fence along the backside, we got good terms with the neighbor, and actually they're really good friends of ours now. We were joking about getting a gate so we could go between our property and theirs, and so Josh is building us a gate here so we can drive through our mowers and help each other mow each other's property. And if they want to come over, which they do a lot, and walk around the lake, they can come through this gate instead of driving around the road. So that's what this is all about here. All this is going on at the same time that the landscaping was being performed. This is an aerial view that I took with our drone of the fence line where they completed the gate. I'll get a close up here of it in a second, I think. Anyway, this goes across quite a bit. There's the gate right Where'd it go? It was on the right. There we go, right there. There's the new gate. We got a lock on it, of course, so nobody can use it except us and the neighbor directly across, our friends. Now there's an area down this fence line where the fence was sagging, so I had Josh reinforce that and straighten it up. But down here towards the end, it's really messed up with these bushes and stuff. It's all intertwined with growth. And we got to clean that up. We haven't done that yet, but our dog Maddie can go through there if she really wants to. So we got to clean up this overgrowth that's intertwined with the fencing, which landscapers are trying to cut away as much as they can right here. But it came to a point where he couldn't get it all out of the fence, so we got to cut that fence and remove the rest of the overgrowth, and then replace the fence, which has fallen anyway. It's useless in the state it's in right now. It's an aerial view, obviously, of where he's working on the fence line. This isn't completed yet. This is still in progress, this part of the fence and the landscaping back here. Excuse me. This is an aerial view. I was just messing around with the drone of the guys in front doing that edging, the landscaping that I wanted done, lining it with the brick all the way down to the road. And they're going to plant what they call monkey grass in between the driveway and those bricks along that border all the way down to the drive. This is the front of the house. Lots of leaves. Bad thing about it is when they get it all completed, you know, they put the final topsoil on it, makes it look all nice and black, and really makes the plants that they planted pop. The leaves are going to blow in there. Can't get around that. You can't fight Mother Nature. I know, I can pick all the leaves up. That ain't happening. I'll run the mower over them when it gets a little drier and mulch them all up, blowing them away from the house. But still, until then, the wind's going to blow into the bed there. Right here is the black weed barrier paper that they put down. This is the backyard before they did any planting, of course. This is after they took out all the existing plants and stuff, so they could start clean. Gonna fill all this in with new mulch and gravel in the middle of it, of the borders there. Put in a new irrigation system back here. The old one, you can barely see the red hose going up the brick wall there. It was leaking, and it was kind of silly to have that red hose, which we don't understand why that was the way it was. But they're going to put all new modern drip system in with new controllers. This gentleman here is going to weed eat all these weeds around what I didn't finish with the mower. I could do as much as I could when the water level was low, but obviously I couldn't do this because I was afraid to fall in the water, to be honest. So he's weed eating the rest that I couldn't get to. I'm gonna have a nice, hopefully clean edge all the way around the pond. We're on the opposite side of the lake or pond, whatever you want to call it. It's nice that we can drive all the way around, you know, the pond without any problems. This is what hopefully it'll look like when we get it all cleaned up with this weeding and stuff. straight across the lake. There's the boat ramp and the dock and the house and the outbuildings. Still need some more water. We had a serious drought here going on for a while. It's come up a little bit, but still needs more. Yes, there are fish in here. I haven't seen anybody catch a catfish, but as the story goes, everybody said there's catfish in here, but quite a bit of bluegill and especially largemouth bass have been caught in there. And this is the front where they're starting to dig out the border that I want all the way down to the roadway. Gonna put brick edging in here and plant some what they call monkey grass. And this is after they planted. You can see the brick edging along the driveway there and the black mulch they put down along with the new plants. We're also going to paint obviously this gray porch and the white columns because they're in need of some tender loving care. They're flaking and need some sanding and scraping and then repainting. Kind of anxious to see how these are all going to grow into mature plants and stuff during the spring and summer. These leaves don't help much because when the wind blows, it's going to blow into that black mulch, and that's not going to look very pretty. But right now, it looks fine. Here's a view of what the final border looks like. From the street back up the driveway to the house. Looks really nice at night with those solar landscaping lights. They reflect down on those brick edgings. Looks really nice. This is obviously a different day, and like I was saying, if it's going to be a windy day, those leaves are going to end up blowing somewhat into the black mulch, and you can see here it's starting to happen. The darker areas is where the sprinkler system came on, and it's wet. And there's the result of a windy day with leaves blowing into our new planted area. Have to get in there with the mower and blow the stuff away from the house, see if that helps. And this is the backyard, obviously, with the new sprinkler system and the control there on the cement block and the mulch and the new plants they planted back here. Filled in the gravel area with new gravel. Yeah, it's windy, but luckily there's no trees back here so much, so the mulch is not getting inundated with leaves blowing around. Should look nice when it grows up a little bit.